Girl Sis Mom. Not the moms. We're not moms. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the Girl Sis Man podcast for the girls we were,
For the sisters we became,
and the women we're becoming. Hello, ladies and gents. Today, we're changing things up. We're back in my apartment, and I have a lovely co-host. It's not Esther, but it's my wonderful friend, our wonderful friend, Dejah.
Hi, hello.
Dejah and I have been friends since high school. Well, we've all been friends since high school. Esther, you and I, we all know each other back in the good old years of 2010.
Oh, yes.
Back when we were youngins.
Oh, yes. Back when we had backpacks and, standardized tests.
Yes, we don't miss those days. Also, can we just acknowledge that you are one of two people who regularly comments on our podcast?
Oh, yeah, I do comment. I'm in the comments a lot.
Yes, I appreciate you. And here's an invisible award for being a wonderful supporter of the GSM podcast.
Oh, my mom and...
Yes, it's literally you and Margaret. And every time we post, if you guys hear a little ruffling, that's my dog.
She's so cute, by the way.
She's adorable, but she can be annoying. Every so often, Esther goes, "People love our podcast. I get so much feedback." I'm like, "So where's that?" Because it's not in the comments section.
You gotta start commenting.
You really do.
Have a discussion in the comments, you know?
Throw some emojis. Do something. Take it the extra step and just go. But our friend, our wonderful sister, Esther, she's in Korea.
Yes.
I don't know how to say hello in Korean.
I don't either, and I don't want to attempt.
I don't want to offend the people of the Republic.
Yeah, I hope she's having a great time eating.
She's not. She does not like that country at all. It's okay. Listen, she's just like, the food is not doing what it needs to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So hopefully she'll be back in the good US of A with the good fried, high cholesterol food that we're good and used to, because our good sis is suffering over there.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
So let's talk to the people. Let's talk about you. Give them a little rundown of who Dejah is.
Ooh, okay, I'm from the hot seat. So I feel like it's so awkward when you try to like talk about yourself.
Yeah.
But
I can ask you questions and make it easier.
Oh, okay, there we go. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm just trying to think things like.
How old are you and what's your sign?
Okay, I'm 28 and I'm a Cancer.
Okay, girl.
Yeah.
So she is my only friend. Well, actually, you're two of my only friends that are the same age as me.
Oh, really?
I'm running with the youngins. So yes, you're 28 and a Cancer. Do you think you are a stereotypical Cancer? Do you think your personality traits line up with how people claim Cancers are?
Ooh, I feel like I can half agree with that. I could say sometimes yes. But I know how to reel it back in. I'm like, all right, is this worth being emotional for? No? All right.
And you could just like, okay, let's shut it down.
Yeah, let's analyze this. Let's
be rational about this.
Separate the things. Let's like divide and conquer. You know?
Gotcha. What type of music are you into?
Ooh, I am a huge fan. Honestly, I pretty much like everything. Not that I don't like country. It's something that I wouldn't listen to right away. So,
gotcha. But
hip hop, trap, dembow, reggaeton, like
all of it.
Yes. If it has a nice beat, I'ma listen.
And I've got some selected country songs I like too. Shania Twain.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that. I'm like, okay, I see what you did there. You did what you need to do. You did that.
Yeah. But besides that, you also like reality TV.
Oh, yes.
You're a consumer like I am.
It's a guilty pleasure,
It's a sickness we have.
Yeah.
We were hanging out yesterday, and the amount of references we made to reality TV is astonishing.
Yeah, it's like people who didn't know, they're like, is this a new, they'd be so confused what we were talking about.
We were talking gibberish. That's what
we were talking in meme,
Yes, I talk in meme. We were deciding if it's GIF or GIF.
Yeah, so from what I researched, it's supposed to be pronounced as GIF.
Okay, so we're gonna call it GIF, and if you got a problem, comment down below. But yeah, we were talking in memes because it's its own language.
Yeah, it's sometimes things just need the extra seasoning of funny.
Yeah, and the thing about reality TV, they find the funniest people on the planet of the earth.
It's like these natural comedians. Where do you find them?
I don't know. Tiffany New York Pollard is the OG of reality TV.
Absolutely.
Listen, I quote so much of reality TV. It's a sickness, and top like 5 just are New York.
Yeah, pretty much for sure.
Like I was talking to Margaret, and I was like, oh, I was looking at SZA tickets. First of all, SZA is expensive.
Yeah.
She's in Madison Square Garden, whatever. I'm like $200, $300, and I go, who does she think she is? Beyonce, and like
yeah, exactly. I immediately know where that's coming from.
Exactly,
yeah.
And I feel like only you and Margaret get it. Other people are just like,
yeah, right. Who thinks she's Beyonce?
And I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like, it's a whole thing.
It's gonna be funny. Like
you're supposed to laugh from your belly, and you're not getting it.
Yeah.
You know? But like I was thinking about like how much we use GIFs and gifs, and most of them are from reality TV.
Agreed. Yes.
And most of them are Black people.
Yes. Especially Black women.
Specifically Black women. And then I came across a new term called digital blackface.
Yes.
I sent you a couple videos. How do you feel about what digital blackface is?
Actually consuming and watching the videos from the content, I'm like, okay, this is definitely, it's kind of like, I love when people put things together in one place. It's like a nice, like, gradual progression of like, you can reference things, they did the research, and you were able to kind of like cohesively put something together that's can like, you can send to someone, like you sent to me. And I was able to like, oh my gosh, this does happen. Like, I was able to reference things from my own personal experience being a user of the internet, of the web. And I feel that really, I don't know how to really, I think the 2 women that did the videos did a great job of trying to say like, you can use these gifts, but are you also on the sidelines, stand like us when there's issues that are happening? Are you going to stand up for Black women's rights, or are you just using the gifts? Exactly.
Yeah, gotcha. And I guess we should try to define what digital blackface is. So obviously we know what blackface was, which is a form of entertainment that white people used to use, where they were painting their faces, drawing on like exaggerated facial features, and just quote unquote acting Black as a source of comedy. And so the idea is, and you can see it on TikTok too, like people when they use like clips, like audios, acting sassy or like just acting out in a way that you think about it kind of gives blackface. But it's also the use of GIFs or memes when you're trying to express your feelings. And normally speaking, it is Black women or Black people that these GIFs are made up of. Like, if I go on my phone right now and I put, like, annoyed, you know how many women of color are going to show up with their eyes rolling?
Absolutely. I'm very guilty of using the Phaedra meme.
Phaedra, listen, she's top tier. I love me some Phaedra parts.
Yes, the women of Real Housewives of Atlanta,
yeah,
they're all of them are just so, they're very much lively people.
They are lively, but you some white people. But the thing about white GIFs and gifs and memes, sometimes they just don't hit the same.
Yeah, they don't get that point across.
They're not as spicy.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like they don't have that certain
It's like it's
missing something.
It is. It's missing a little sazon, but like yes, I feel like there is not a time that I can't use a GIF or a meme.
Yes.
It could be the most inappropriate moment, and I'm gonna like use a GIF or a GIF. Like we'll have a serious conversation. It could be like, hey, I think my doctor thinks I have MS. And I'd be like, I'll hit you with the Kevin Hart. Damn! Like, I'm going to.
I'm sorry.
Or I'm going to hit you with the Phaedra Parks. Thanks to Jesus. Like, there is a perfect GIF meme for every situation.
Agreed, for sure. Like, honestly, I'm guilty of using like GIFs and memes all the time. Especially, I love to reference SpongeBob.
SpongeBob has some great quality for sure. Content, okay?
Absolutely. But as far as like, even like one of my gifts I love to use often enough is Issa Rae clapping. That's because she's just so proud. And one of my friends told me like, oh my gosh, like I got a new job. I'm just like,
we're rooting for everyone Black.
Yes, just you, girl.
Shout out to you. No, I feel like I mentioned it. I use a lot of Tiffany New York Paola. We need to use her whole name because she is that girl. She's my birthday twin too.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but like Tiffany, because she's grown now. New York. I love the GIF where she's like on the bed contemplating her life.
Oh my, listen, sunglasses on, just like. I felt that. There's been, especially if you're getting dressed, you're about to go out, you're just like, it's cold outside. You really wanna. Your friends are blowing your phone. You're like,
oh yeah.
I'll meet y'all there. Like,
I gotta figure out my my life.
Yeah.
I also like the one where they have her right after Flav breaks up with her the first time. She's like, "Fuck him," da, 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 da. And they catch her in the limo. She's like in tears.
Day after day. Like it's just.
I hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm just like, girl. I knew she needed to put on a good show because
she really did. She kept it up.
She cried in the car though, but it's okay. Nobody,
yes,
people out there didn't see it until now, But like, yeah,
we appreciate you trying to be very strong, but let the tears out.
It's okay.
I also use a lot of Nene from Real
Oh my
Housewives of
gosh,
Atlanta.
listen, Nene leaks.
First of all, Andy Cohen did her dirty by like this whole shenanigans that she is. Bravo. Okay,
oh, yeah.
First of all, she put them on the map.
Absolutely.
But I use a lot of her all the time.
Yeah, even for the rest of the franchise, the rest of the Real Housewives franchise, they're modeled after the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like,
yes,
it's them. They are the moment. They are those women. I wouldn't say girls. They are those women.
But yeah, I love Nene. There's this one where she's like grimacing, where she's like,
like,
I'm like, oh. Oh, and my favorite thing is when she goes to see Kenya in her hotel. And she's like, black refrigerator? Ghetto!
She's like, oh. She's walking around, her purse is clutching.
What is this? The ghetto? Ghetto. I'm like, In that case, Nene Leakes, thank you for all you do. But, I mean, I feel like most of my life I've been watching reality TV, and I don't know if that's a thing I should be proud of.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, as early as a reference, like, I think about things like Bad Girls Club, and, God. I just, and it's like, I never turned into those women.
I didn't either.
But I love to watch it.
Yes, I was obsessed. It's so funny that you said that we didn't turn into those women. Do you remember when people were playing, like, Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
I can't speak today. And everyone's like, the kids are going to be violent. They're going to kill each other. And I'm like, but did they? Some kids came out violent, but let's not blame the video games because...
I would play Mortal Kombat all the time, and I don't be outside kickboxing people.
Yeah, I don't carry, like, ninja stars.
I don't do final fatalities.
No, you don't do that at all. And so, yes, Bad Girls Club is a prime example. Like, I've been in one fight my whole life. I could never last on Bad Girls Club. I would be like, okay, I
wouldn't want to. That's exhausting.
First of all, those girls are put through torture.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's almost like
it's weird jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not trying to find the words. Like
it's whole prison.
Yeah, it's.
But I was watching a video about like all the all the producing that goes into it, and like the things that the producers do, and I'm just like, this is a crime against humanity. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like, they will lock them up. They won't give them cleaning supplies. They won't. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
It's like a social experiment for them. Behind the scenes. It's like, what can we do to make this person tick and make them pissed off? Like, how can we get them to be anger?
I know. But they did have some good, like, genuinely, I also use a lot of Tanisha. I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all get no sleep because of me. That's that I use a lot.
And everyone says, I don't understand.
I don't understand. That's another one. Shout out to, what was her name? Erica? No. What was her?
I know her name, but
I know her name
I can't. I don't know. My brain's not letting it come to the surface.
I remember that season because that was the season they went to Mexico.
Yes.
But yes, I feel like I feel like Bad Girls Club had a couple good lead characters that we fell in love with. Shout out to Judy with the I got the voodoo for you bitches. That's another one that I use when she's talking to her plants.
Yes.
And I'm like, I use that quite often. And her crying.
Yeah, for sure. Like, even those shows, like, besides Judy, like, especially, like, Tanisha, we remember them, like, because, like, the black women and what they did, like, how they portrayed, themselves on TV, for sure. And even, like, also, like, mentioning Bad Girl Clouds, like, America's Next Top Model.
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks.
You need to be held to the utmost highest degree of accountability.
Miss Banks.
Sit down. The court is in session.
Yes.
Tyra did such horrendous things. She was so mean to people.
Yeah. It's like, when we were watching it, I don't think we noticed it.
I didn't register it.
Because we were young. And it's like the girls that, they're women, but they were still really young. They're like 18, 19.
Oh, for sure.
You're still like, I remember being 18. Even though I'm an adult and a woman, I still had like some kind of it's like insecurities or
for sure.
looking for guidance of women that are older than me for like some, you know, from some good advice.
Yeah,
you know?
And then here you have one of the world's biggest top model all over Victoria's Secret and like Sports Illustrated telling you need to cut your hair or you're gonna go home or no one's gonna hire you. You're gonna cut your hair and that's not your decision or the desire that you want to make. But Tyra did some crazy horrendous things. I remember one time there was this girl, her name's Kim.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. This is like 2003.
Okay.
Back when it was like, you know, the LGBTQ was not LGBTQ
back
in 2003.
It was not.
It was not the same.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, they were probably an underground building, but they weren't what they are today.
And so she was openly gay, and Tyra was like, well, I'm black. You don't see me walking around saying, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. And I'm like, Tyra, girl.
That's not the same thing.
But like, even if you were,
it's like,
you should be proud of being black. I mean, what you mad about?
Yeah.
But the same thing happened a few seasons. I don't know if it's the same season, but do you remember Yaya? She was a Brazilian girl.
Oh my gosh.
And they gave her the kente hat. Oh my god.
Yeah, they were telling her sometimes that she was giving too much African tribalness, and it's
she was
like
doing too much. She was being too black.
And
I'm like,
how does one do that?
Either you are or you're not black. And I mean,
yeah.
It's not like you wake up one day like, I'm a full African woman, and then you're like, oh, I'm a Meghan Markle. Like, there's not a range, okay?
Yeah, it's like, there were a lot of cringeworthy moments.
For sure.
All from the seasons, for sure.
The blackface one where she had them all switching. Yeah. And I really thought when it was happening, like, oh, this is such a great conception.
Yeah, she's like, you're gonna be, you know, from Swaziland and also Irish, so we're gonna give you red hair.
Yeah, she was doing a lot. Yeah. She had a whole white girl in blackface.
Yeah, she did. That I think that photo is probably still floating on the internet. I don't think it's been scrubbed away.
No.
Yeah.
She'll have to answer to that for the rest of her life.
For sure.
But they did a lot of things to those girls. But also, we all use the, I was rooting for you. Oh, man.
I've never yelled at a girl like this before. I'm going to do it because I love you.
That's a lie, okay?
It's like,
you definitely practiced that in your dressing room.
Yeah, I was like, why you trying to parent this girl? Like,
she need not your help. Relax. Like, let her go home.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to, like, hold it together.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
and you're doing the most.
Yeah.
And you don't love that girl.
No.
Because if you love me, you're not going to embarrass me like that.
Absolutely not. And it's like yelling at me. You would talk to me like, it's okay. Like,
on camera so all of America can see? Are you crazy?
Like, why are you scolding me? Did I not go relate? Am I your child? Like,
and all she did was like, she was trying to comfort the other girls who were crying when she was leaving.
Yeah.
And she like made a joke. She's like, why are you laughing? Like, what you want her to do? Cry? But that's what they wanted her to do.
Yeah.
They probably wanted her to like get some tears for the camera. And I'm like, dang, Tyra, do and be better.
So I thought you were a big sis to these women. Like,
no. I remember when Tyra got her own show, the Tyra Banks show. That's another, I used some gifs from that as well. Did you remember when she interviewed Naomi Campbell?
Oh my gosh, yes.
First of all, Naomi Campbell's crazy, but at that moment I said, I don't know, something about this tells me maybe Tyra was the problem.
Yeah.
It
was giving for sure. Like, I don't, like, it even, like, I remember when she put on a fat suit. Yes, Tyra did the fat suit. And I was like, Tyra, like, stop it. Like, please. Like,
are you running out of ideas?
Like, who's in charge of your show ideas? Like, is it just you?
Remember when they had the black family dressed up as a white family and the white family as a black? She had a thing about people switching races.
Yeah, okay. She does. I don't. She was trying to go somewhere. I don't know where she was going. Somewhere.
She was going nowhere fast. That's where she was going. But yeah, she did the craziest things. I remember one time she pretended to be Muslim as a way to show people how people were being Islamic phobic, and I'm like, I think it's not giving what it needs to give.
It's like, you need to stop doing these social experiments.
Please stop.
She was like ahead of her time, the crazy, because he don't do not exactly that, but he do certain things like similar to that on like TikTok and like YouTube for sure. Like, yeah.
Also, she was an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
She had Rihanna there. I don't know if you remember when Rihanna was there.
I do.
And they had like the Rihanna karaoke. And then Tyra's like, you're going to sing karaoke, you're going to sing Rihanna songs, but we're not going to put the lyrics.
Yeah.
And this girl,
it's like, she wanted to embarrass these people.
She embarrassed herself.
It was entertaining for her.
She was like, dance, monkey, dance.
I'm like, Tyra, like, who are you?
I don't know, but she was hurting people. Yeah. But I remember watching that clip and feeling like secondhand embarrassment for that girl.
Like, I just wanted to like cut the mic.
Yeah. And then Rihanna goes like, I appreciate the effort, but it was definitely pitchy. And I'm like, you see, if Rihanna told me I was pitchy, I'm not coming out ever again.
But I understand.
I'm gonna go home.
I knew what it sounded like. I heard myself.
That's exactly
You're right. You're right.
You know, no lies were told. I appreciate the honesty.
Yes.
No, but Tyra did some crazy stuff. Ellen was another one. Yeah. But I don't feel like I use a lot of Ellen gifs. You know who I do use a lot? Kim Kardashian. And it's a lot of crying faces.
I don't use those as often. That sounds
It's hilarious.
Yeah. But I've seen them though. I've seen like a lot of her gifs for sure. Or gifs rather.
Another one that I like is the one where she's just like laying in bed and she's just like depleted of all her energy. Yeah. I use that one. But I don't use the rest. I feel like the other ones aren't as like vivacious.
No. I feel like honestly their mom, Kris Jenner, she's a character as well.
I feel like there might be some Kris Jenner gifs, but I don't personally.
It's just the one with her walking in with the bag with the fur coat. That's the one that's, you know, people said it gives ultimate rich, you know, but
it gives rich bitch vibes. Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the other ones I can't imagine a Chloe or a Kylie or a Kendall gif at all. They don't give me Sasson. They don't give me
And like, you know, like I feel like even like I think about that age range, not really, but they're a little bit older. I see the one that's probably within like not older, but like they're a little bit older, but like the one person that's probably within range is Keke Palmer.
Oh, Keke! I love me some Keke gifs.
I don't know this man. I'm sorry. I don't know this man. Like, I just
Lauren Keke Palmer.
Yes.
You deserve an award because she is the most like mean person on planet Earth.
Yes, agreed.
I mean, I'm thinking about that one time when she had her TV show.
Yeah.
Do you remember this guy, Mike from The Bachelor, asked her out on TV? She was so uncomfortable. She went like this. And I use that gif all the time. People were really trying. They tried her on that show a couple times, but I love me some Keke.
Was it a morning show?
Yes, with her and Michael Strahan and the blonde white lady. I forget her. Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I use several Keke gifs.
Yeah, she has like lots of quotables. For sure.
She does. She's just another vivacious person.
Yeah, and it's just like that's just whatever comes to the top of her head. Like her story, she's such a great storyteller.
Listen, I was talking to someone. I was like, if there was someone who was meant to be like an actor or a comedian, it's Keke Palmer.
For sure.
She has like just naturally very charismatic, and she has great comedic timing. Girl, you need to stop making noise. My dog is just doing all types of things.
She's definitely asking for attention.
Like, well, you can't have it
right now. I'm filming a podcast right now.
Have a dog, they say. Have so much fun. No, it's responsibilities. Responsibilities. And I feel like I also use a lot of like Disney gifs too, like from That's So Raven specifically.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love those ones. Those are my favorite ones too.
Yeah, like for sure, like her saying "oh snap" or the face of her having a vision.
Also, Love and Hip Hop. That's another real. I use that. Oh my god. First of all,
shaking the table.
Sorry. I hope people like understand the context. I feel like we should talk about where these things are coming from. So K Michelle is an R&B singer, and she was having a very stern conversation. Yes. I don't want to say argument, you know?
Yeah, it was very, stern again,
And the other young lady was like, ah! She was like, oh, you trying to scare me? He's like, you gonna done shake the table.
And she
shook the table. But yeah, that's a good one. But there's so many different franchises, but I love me some Cardi B memes from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, yes.
What was the reason?
Yeah, listen.
What was the reason? Like, oh my god.
I said it a lot.
Oh, all the fucking time. All the time. Very quotable. And then there's a couple ones from like Tara and Amina's fight. So Tara and Amina are two women who are fighting over a very bum man named Peter Guns. And, Amina is revealing she is married to Peter, who is Tara's baby daddy of 13 years. And she, like, takes out her ID from her bra and she goes, like, and I'm his wife, and slams it down. I use that joke, too. Like, I got something for you.
Yeah. That moment immediately causes Tara to lunge at her.
Not just lunge. She literally slaps her with her hand wide open, like, I'm like, okay, this is straight out of a novella.
I'm like, these are two educated women, and like they're just going at it. I'm like, look what he did. This is his fault.
Listen, men will do crazy things.
Peter, you're a villain too.
He is a creep. They were accurately named the Creep Squad.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my, I totally forgot about that. That's 36. And y'all got a group.
And then they were arguing, so there was a crew. There was a crew of creep men who were like, "We're the Creep Squad."
Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you?
And it was, and it consisted of Richie Dollars, Peter Guns, the guy named Cisco, the bald-headed man that looks like the Eggman from Sonic, and I forgot who else. There was like a fourth. There has to be someone else. Yeah. There was always a fourth person, but I can't remember the top of my head. Long story short, there was chaos amongst the group. And then they were arguing who was a part of the Creep Squad. And I'm like, do you have nothing better to do?
Like, y'all pay taxes.
First of all y'all have multiple children. Go to work, please. They need to be fed.
It's like, you can't be a creep if you're a parent. You shouldn't be calling yourself a creep as a parent.
You need help.
Especially as a man to, a father to young women. Don't do that.
Like, tell me you want to, like, oh, you know who was also, Gwen and God, whatever his name was.
Oh, DJ Cell?
Yeah, DJ Cell.
Yeah. He didn't believe in Cardi B. Look at her now.
Such a dumb mistake. You played yourself. But yeah, the Creep Squad gave us a couple.
Yeah, they were an interesting group for sure. Yeah, it was awkward.
It was awkward. I'm like, you guys are really arguing like
I'm part of this Creep Squad. Like, what?
They're like, I started the Creep Squad. I'm like, this is not the conversation we need to be having.
Like, there's founders? Like,
it's like, y'all have charters, like, in different cities. Like, what are we doing?
Like, there's orgs and, and do picnics and cookouts. Like,
you guys need help.
Yes,
they were
like,
sick. But there's a couple of, like, different memes. I think I also use a lot of, like, Joe Budden memes. Even though I shouldn't, because he's a...
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them.
Oh, one I use, I think, is him running. Because I think it's hilarious. When he was running. Yes. Oh my God, it's just hilarious. Because it's like, you're running at full speed. Like, where are you going?
Where are you running?
Where are you running?
I feel like who else from that group was very, like, vivacious? I feel like Erica's vivacious, but not in the way that it's, like, gifable, if that's even a word. I don't think of her in, like...
Yeah, I do remember the things that she would do, but it's nothing that you can, like, capture and then...
I will say, she looked kind of crazy in the last reunion, and people have been using that as a meme.
Yeah.
But I don't want to use that. That one looks distraught.
I was gonna say, that she's been going through a lot. She's raising 2 kids. She's, give her her peace.
Yeah. Another person from Love and Hip Hop who's, like, very memeable is Jocelyn, the Puerto Rican princess Hernandez.
Yes.
She gave us great TV. I still love the "Hey Maid."
Even your maid outfit like it always is. Molly the maid. She even made t-shirts.
She really did. And the funny thing was, Mimi goes, "I'm just wearing a t-shirt and some jeans." And she's like, "Yeah, that's a maid fit." Yeah. She stole your man and she played you. She roasted you. At that point, you just need to stop. You just need to stop filming and just, like, let it go. But great characters, great people. I mean, I also like certain memes from, like, artists. Rihanna, Beyonce got some good ones. Drake has some good ones.
Yes.
Some good ones. The one where he's, like, I think courtside, like, texting.
Yeah.
And then he's, like, looking at it, like, confused. That's
he's, like, looking, he's like, what is this?
What's going on?
Yes. Yeah. And him standing up and pointing and clapping. He's like,
let's go.
Yeah, he's like the freaking arm swing. You think he was a proud parent on the sidelines,
Yeah, I do. I like some Drake memes for sure.
Yeah, he does have. He has a back in the day, started from the bottom with a little creep walk, through the mansion. That's
Drizzy, Drizzy Drake.
Yeah, Drake. He's quite a character as well, for sure.
Oh, he is a character.
Yeah,
his name is Aubrey, and his greatest role is being a rapper named Drake.
That's it. Like, how do you feel about him? Like, what are your thoughts?
How do I feel? I enjoy him quite so much on Degrassi, which I'm rewatching right now.
Oh, okay.
I will say this: the acting the first few seasons, mid, and it progressively got better. So by the time he got shot, he was giving you Emmy nominated worth of content. I feel like he grew on me, and then he started acting up, and now I dislike him again.
Okay.
He was giving me, like, obsessive lover boy. Then he got kind of cool. Then he became El Papi. He was Dominican for a minute.
Yeah.
And he was Jamaican. And then now he's like rapping like he's an F-boy. Like with him. I'm like, first of all, stop talking about Meg. I'm like, Drizzy Drake, I'm good on you. I've seen what I needed to see. And no. Absolutely no.
You like to know from me, dog.
Yes.
Little Randy Jackson from American Idol.
American Idol. How about you? How do you feel about Mr. Robbie Graham?
Well, I don't like. I don't not like him, but he's just like, I'm like, oh, Drake, you know, like.
There he goes again. Oh,
it's
Drake.
Like, you know, Drake, you know.
And he did actual blackface.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that photo still floating around the internet for sure. I've seen it.
Oh, for sure. It's never going away.
No, it's lifelong. And that's the thing about putting things on the internet. Like, it's going to stay there. Someone's going to find it. Someone's going to see it.
Forever.
Especially on like places like Twitter and Instagram. Like, all it takes is a screenshot. That's it. Someone's got it.
And it's really funny because you think, oh, people have to do like a deep dumpster dive. Nope. Somebody got it somewhere.
Oh, you need the right keywords to type things in. Things
pop up. It pops up.
Absolutely.
MySpace is not like popping, but it's still alive and well. You probably could find some photos from MySpace still.
Probably, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially, I know for a definite Facebook. Like there was like one post I made years ago, and I went to delete it, and it still comes up. It wasn't anything bad, but it's just the point I deleted it, and it's still on the internet.
Oh my goodness, I have like 2 or 3 Twitter accounts because I kept forgetting my password to get locked out, and I'm pretty sure I tweeted some nonsense, and so like. Part of me is like, what did I write? Oh. Do I want to know? And I'm just like, 16-year-old Paola probably wrote some like stupid stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, how do we people as a people like, I don't know, figure out like, usually people say like, oh, they're so young, they didn't know what they were saying or what they were doing. It's like, where does that?
Where's the line?
Yeah, like how do we judge maturity based off like, I don't know. It's kind of like a hard.
I think that there has to be some accountability. I think at 16, if you're making like racist, sexist, crude jokes, you know it's sexist, racist, etc., etc. Maybe you don't understand nuance and your perspective in life is very little. And so you might think this way about women, black people, people of the LGBTQIA, and now that you're older and you're more mature, you're like, people aren't stereotypes. Girl, you need to stop it. Now that you're older and you have more perspective and more experiences and you've met people and you've learned and you've done the reading, you understand that people are nuanced and they're not stereotypes, they're not tropes.
Yes. So
maybe at 16, you were making black people jokes. I know plenty of people in high school were doing that. You knew what was wrong then.
Yeah, you did.
You did. Don't tell me, oh, at 16 I didn't know making this joke was racist. You did. That was why you were laughing.
Exactly. You wanted a reaction. And
you found it funny.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't find it funny now. And so do I give you grace? I'm like at 16, who you are now is probably a different person. Yes, but that doesn't exonerate you from like being responsible for what you said.
Yeah, like be able to admit and apologize.
Yeah.
You know, say I was wrong, like and like have the apology be actually, you know, it needs to feel authentic.
Yes. And
people who try to apologize are like, well, if I offend, like don't just say I apologize because I did this. Like don't say if or try to put words before the apology because it feels like you're trying to escape that responsibility and accountability. And
I think about all the people who didn't make racist, sexist, crude jokes in high school on Twitter. What was their reason for not doing that? Because they knew better.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what's not right. So I agree. I think you have to be accountable for what you're saying, what you're doing. And is there a statute of limitations on certain things? Perhaps, but you still have to respond to that. So Drake, you know, but I feel like Drake never really, he said it was because of like a TV thing, the whole blackface thing.
Yeah.
He should have just been like, listen, we thought it was funny at the time. Now, grown adult Drake, I know it's not funny. Shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry. But we're probably not going to get that response. Not from him.
No. Yeah, especially learning from, like, you know, Canada's history of, like, menstrual shows and things like that. That was, I mean, he probably felt like he had to, I don't know, do it at the time, maybe.
Gotcha.
Because he was probably just like a lesser known actor, so he needed to
do something spicy, like
or to like solidify, like, oh, I'm willing to go the extra mile or something. Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, I'm sorry you have to do that.
You shouldn't feel like you have to kind of compromise your comfortability, your person who you feel like to do things that get ahead. You shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, that's crazy. But also Canada, our northern sister who thinks that she's not problematic. We know what you did. We know what you do. We know what you does.
We see it. We see it all.
Yeah, you and your prime minister, y'all ain't slick. But yeah, it is difficult to like navigate certain things because he's biracial. So I wonder what his thought process was as a biracial person doing that. Because I'm like, would they have asked somebody who is like non-racially ambiguously black to do some stupid shit like that?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have been like, oh, this is not something, but like, because maybe he was half black and half Jewish, they're like, it's gonna be real funny. It's like a little play on words, like a little jest. And I'm like,
or they felt probably since if he said yes, then it's okay.
Oh yeah, like, oh, it's not racist because
he's black as well. So it's like, he said, oh, it's okay, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like people should really take like accountability and a hold of like, what they're talking about, what they're doing, what they're saying. If it's, try to educate yourself and, read more. There's tons of articles. There's tons of, places where you can get information to learn about being, appropriate within cultural settings and just, and I don't want to say cultural settings. It's like, it's being a good person overall.
Yeah. So it's just like tough, but I do hope people will listen to this and take away like, okay, yes, it's fun to use these gifs. Sometimes it's really funny to use these memes, but like some people have, unfortunately, very dark motives, and they see these gifs and gifs and memes of black people and think, oh, this is how black people really are, like these sassy people.
Yeah.
And like we said, be educated, do the readings. We're gonna link the 2 videos down below about digital blackface. Watch some videos. There's a bunch of them on YouTube. Do the work, and there is no excuse anymore in the good year of our good Lord 2023.
Yes.
To be doing some F shit like this.
I agree. Like you can't just be like, oh, I didn't know.
You knew.
Educate yourself. Don't use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
Educate
Ignorance
yourself.
is bliss, but you can't use that as the tool to get away with stupidity.
Especially at your big age.
You're grown now. But I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being. She's our first female co-host. We've had men on the podcast. You're the first woman, the first sis. And so thank you so much, Dejah, for coming by. Hopefully this is the first of many.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to come back.
And you also have your own YouTube channel.
Yeah. I haven't really been uploaded. Forgive me.
It's okay, but she was doing Vlogmas. You'll get back on that, and we'll drop it down below so you can click her YouTube channel and check out her videos. Do you want us to put your Instagram down there too?
My Instagram is Dejah Views.
Yes. Follow her on Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Girls Sis and Podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Please leave a comment or 2. Do better. Do better. And we will catch you on the next video. Alrighty.